Hi, Wendy Walsh. I haven't done a live stream on Wednesdays for a long time with you guys, so it's nice to be back. Let me see if I can tip this down a little bit. I don't know how I do that, but I think I figured out. No, it's not an emergency. Cancel. I pushed the emergency button or something. I was trying to adjust it. Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm known as America's relationship expert. I'm a psychology professor, not a therapist, but I've been studying the science of love for quite a few decades. I've written 3 books on relationships. My dissertation was on attachment theory, and I'm always happy to do a little live stream for a few minutes, say hello to everybody. What I like to know, first of all, is where you're watching from. It's always fun. Oh, and let me open the comments. I have 2 cameras here. One down here that's going to YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and what have you. And up there we got TikTok. So hi, everybody. Oh, it still says we're notifying. I can't see all the, I can't see because my other computer is blocking your comments. Oh, New York, hello. Let me know you're watching from. I can see the top line. So once it rolls up, and if you have any quick relationship questions, I'm happy to weigh in. I like to call it my drive-by makeshift relationship advice because I have been studying the science of love for so many decades. I love to share the education with people. And if you're watching down here on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, hello, welcome. Post a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And let me see who we have up here. I just see New York. That's it? All of TikTok? One person in New York? I don't think so. Hi, everybody. Where are you watching from? Oh, thank you. I have to have them on so I can see your comments, but I really want to make this higher so that I can actually see the comments. Let's see how I do this. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can just adjust it. There we go. There we go. Maryland, Saudi Arabia. Hello. You met a great man. He lives in New Jersey, but then he moved to Georgia for work. So now you guys got to figure it out, right? Are you going to do the long distance relationship thing? And if so, you have to have an end game. You have to have a time when it's, that you're going to how long you'll do this. Hello, Texas. How are you? So now he wants you to move to Georgia. No, I'm not really on board. Well, if you're not ready and you're not really into him, then don't move to Georgia. Hello, Cindy in California. How are you? I'm in Oregon. I'm all over the place, but I'm in Oregon today. Where are you guys watching from? It's always nice to see. And if you have a quick relationship question, I have to open up the comments over here. Oh, Robert in Cleveland, hello. And Mike in San Francisco, hello. Hope everybody's warm because it's been kind of cold lately. I don't know what part of the world you're in. Hi, Montana, must be cold there. Hello. Be nice, be polite. Don't be X-rated on my TikTok. If you have a bonjour, comment vas-tu? Je suis bien, j'ai bien. Man. I'm good. Hello, Germany. I have a PhD in clinical psychology. I'm not a therapist. I'm a psychology professor. However, I've been fascinated with the science of love for many decades, and I've written 3 books on relationships. The first one's called The Boyfriend Test: How to Evaluate Your Potential or His Potential Before You Lose Your Heart. The second is called The Girlfriend Test: How dateable really are you? And the third is called the 30-Day Love Detox. I also did my dissertation on attachment theory. I spent 20 or 30 years trying to learn about love so I could heal my own attachment injuries. And now I'm in a very healthy, happy, secure relationship. So I love to share that with the world too. You saw me on TV in Kansas City last night. Oh, you did. Hello. I am also a consumer activist. So you probably see my commercials because I really don't like predatory corporations. And so I represent law firms around the country who help people get justice. What do you recommend to help detach when you have an anxious attachment? Well, actually, the game is not about detaching. If you read the book Attached, and that's my best referral for you, to read the book Attached, it is about really learning to respect each other's attachment style and understanding that ways to communicate to your partner that maybe you need a little more closeness or connection, and also having some sympathy for the fact that if your partner isn't able to give you that the intimacy, too much intimacy is uncomfortable for them. So having some respect for that. It's really about learning. And the other thing that is really important, and the authors of Attachment say this all the time, is that, attachment is not destiny. Yes, Our attachment style is part biological predisposition, where our genetic profile, a gene for anxiety or fear of closeness, is part of our biological makeup. And then it meets the environment, what happens in our early life with early life caregivers, and then it creates this model for love. But a relationship is a living, breathing thing. It's moving and changing at all times. And when we pick different partners, when we behave different ways, we can actually change our relationship and have it flourish. So the number one thing I recommend to everybody is, if you are feeling pain in your love relationships, that you go see a licensed therapist. I did. I spent years in therapy myself, and that's how I learned to understand my own needs, learn to how to get my needs met in a non-confrontational way, and eventually, chose someone who has a secure attachment style themselves and didn't raise my anxiety in any way. Attitude of gratitude for who you are and all you share. I mean, there's also research to show that the Gottmans, John Gottman at the University of Washington University, up in the state of Washington, he and his wife run something called the Marriage Lab, and they've been studying the science of relationships for years. And they say the single most important thing that you should learn to say, do, and feel every day in your relationships is simply the word thank you. If you can catch your partner being good and show gratitude and thank them, then you're, as I like to say, watering what you want to grow, right? You don't want to water the weeds by criticizing all the time. You want to give attention to what you like in the relationship and reward it. And so I think that learning how to give gratitude, appreciate our partner, also impacts our own brain. Why is it not sliding up anymore on TikTok? For some reason, the comments are coming and going. That's funny. If you've just joined, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm a psychology professor and author and journalist. I've written 3 books on relationships. I've been reading about the science of love for many, many decades. And I'm happy to share the education and my own life experience with you. So if you have a relationship question, I'd be happy to weigh in. I am also the host of the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show on iHeart Radio. If you haven't heard it, just download the iHeart Radio app and search Dr. Wendy Walsh, and you can listen to me on demand. But I'm live. Oh, big news. I'm about to tell you some big news. My show is normally live from 4 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, Pacific time. That's Pacific time, California time. But starting this Sunday, I don't know what the date is, the 19th, I'm going to be moving after dark, 7 to 9 p.m., which I'm really excited about, because I think it's better for the content. It's better for people thinking about relationships. So 7 to 9 p.m. Should you tell your wife you have a girlfriend? Ha, ha, ha. It depends. Are you in a polyamorous relationship? Then maybe, yeah, honesty might be part of it. If you're cheating and unfaithful, then maybe this affair is a messenger that your relationship is not making you happy. My thoughts on the love language. So here's the thing, it was written by a Christian counselor, invented it in his own head. But just because and not really researched and not proven in psychological research that much, but just because I said that doesn't mean there's no merit in it. Because it is a great sort of framework to understand people. Now, again, there's been research on it that doesn't prove that we only have one love language. And but you know what? Why not understand or try to put a label on the ways our lovers exchange care with us? I always say that a relationship is nothing but an exchange of care. And that care can take so many forms. That care can be instrumental care when someone's sick. It can be intellectual stimulation care. It can be financial care. It can be sexual care. It can be domestic responsibility care. It can be child care. There's so many ways that we care for each other. The love languages is one way of looking at that care. I wouldn't discount it, but I would say, because I'm science-based and research-based, that there hasn't been a lot of proven psychological research on it. You're in the most difficult and painful part of your 30-year marriage. I like to say with me that when I'm hurting the most, it means I'm growing the most. So this is an opportunity for growth. And I highly encourage you to reach out to a therapist, because this seems to be a time in your life when you're being given these messages and you want to dig through to see really what it's about. Um, if a guy says he misses you, oh, sorry, let's see if I can go backwards. Guy says he misses you, but doesn't make solid plans to see you. All right. This is one of my favorite kinds of questions. When people say, "Oh, I like you. I'm so into you. Oh, you look so hot. Oh, I'm really attracted to you. Oh, I really think you're great," but they don't make plans to see you. It's really important that you think about, are your needs being met here? And why they're doing it is, from the history of the human species, all people keep backup mates, in case there's a lonely night, in case that other thing doesn't work out. I got to keep these backup mates. And I find that because of technology and dating apps, that people are keeping many, many, many backup mates. All very well and good if that's fine with you. But if you want more, then my advice, what I would do is tell them. And if they can't give more, move on. You know what? We all want, all genders, all sexual orientations want a mate that we have to sacrifice for a little bit, that we have to work for. And so I know some of you think it sounds like old fashioned, playing hard to get or whatever, but you have to allow them to sacrifice just a little bit. How do women sacrifice for men traditionally? Women spend a lot of money on preening and adorning themselves, and fashion and beauty and time and hair and skin and nails, right? That's all a big sacrifice so that we can look good for a mate. Men sacrifice often with resources or their time and their talents. They fix things for you. They do things, right? So look for sacrifice. Are they sacrificing? And is it reciprocal? In other words, if you're doing all the giving and the person doesn't seem to be reciprocating, then why are you there? That's what I say. Why are you there? Okay, so D, I want to say this to you on YouTube. You need to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline right now, because what you're describing, you experienced, is a version of domestic violence. And it is very important that you reach out to resources and get the help. They have volunteers standing by 24 hours a day who can assist you. Just look it up online, thehotline.com or thehotline.org, I think. I saw someone who looked like you in a casino, says Mike. And this, well, that's funny. I haven't been in a casino in a very long time. What do you think of BetterHelp? I know what, here's what I just want to generally say this about all online therapy programs. At least it's therapy, and at least you're getting access at an affordable price. I mean, that's what counts, that we lose the stigma about mental health and that you reach out. I'm pretty sure all their therapists are licensed therapists, so you probably be in good hands. How do I get over a man who doesn't want me? We've been together for over 10 years. So it sounds like you're going through a breakup. Another great time to reach out to a therapist. When I always said to myself, and I've been through lots of breakups, and every single human has to be resilient and understand that, part of risking love is risking loss. And it can be very, very painful when we go through a breakup. And so if you have family and friends you can reach out to for support, to surround yourself by people who love you so that you can remember how lovable you are. Those are all the things I've done in my life when I've been going through a breakup, but also reaching out to a therapist. Thank you, Ralphina, for your compliment. That's very sweet. Okay, so here's why I do this very short live stream on Wednesday nights. I'm about to go over in a few minutes to my Patreon Zoom room. And so if you'd like to join my Patreon, it's $10 a month. I do private Zoom rooms. You can have your camera on, camera off. We talk about, it's really a meeting of the minds. It's certainly not any kind of therapy, but it's an exchange of ideas. They're all relationship enthusiasts. They're from all over the world. It's wonderful to see everybody. And I do it every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm about to head over there now. If you'd like to join, you can go to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. That's Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. Also, don't forget to tune in to my radio show on iHeart Radio. Just download the iHeart Radio app. You can listen to Dr. Wendy on demand anytime. but please listen live on Sunday nights. We're moving our time this Sunday to 7 to 9 p.m. on Sunday nights on iHeart Radio. That's KFI AM 640 Los Angeles. It's always wonderful to see you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. And I love you all. We'll see you on Patreon next. Bye.